Hey guys, welcome back. Let's see, we're gonna check in with Divine Feminines and see what is going on with their energy. Just did the masculines video and they're pretty much still working, toiling away. Let's see here. What are the feminines working on right now? What is their energy looking like? I gotta say, I've been having like some new vitality lately. Like for pretty much the whole summer, I was kind of like not feeling it, like very exhausted. But within the last like few weeks, I've been like getting back to feeling like myself again, thankfully. For whatever reason, I'm like really excited for fall. I was just talking to my best friend about that, like really excited for fall to get here. I don't know why, but it's strange because she and I are usually like summer girls, like we like summertime and like springtime, but very excited for fall right now. All right, what are the feminines working on? What is going on with them? Ooh. All right, so we got change and fulfillment. So I feel like with the feminines, they have been going through a lot of changes, a lot of transformations happening, but they're all like good, positive changes, and they're just kind of like building on what they've already been working on. And with the fulfillment is they're finally getting their like wish fulfillment. Like everything they've been working for is finally coming into fruition. Like, not to say that like the masculines are everything that you're working on, but like the fact that there's a huge group of them that are actually doing the work and like getting their shit together is great. So I feel like whatever the feminines are doing, because they kind of lead until union happens and then the masculines lead, whatever y'all are doing, you're doing it well, and you're doing it how it should be, and you're in some good energy, and you are like fulfilling your purpose. And because of that, because of all the hard work you're doing, because of you actually standing in your truth and, you know, doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, you are going to be getting some wishes fulfilled here. Whatever you've been like working towards are going to come to fruition because of your diligence. Like, you've been working. You have been not giving up and not throwing in the towel when a little bit of discouragement comes along. I feel like I see so many people in the twin flame groups and they just get so discouraged, and I know how it feels, but you know, just try not to get in that energy. And if you find yourself in that energy, pull yourself out, do some things that bring you pleasure. I have very much been just like, whatever I want to do, I do. And I don't feel bad about it because right now, it's just me and I take care of myself. And the more you love yourself, the more that sends out to the universe. Like, okay, she's taking care of herself. She loves herself. And, you know, we're just going to give her what she deserves, what she desires. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep working on your happiness. And the fulfillment card, I'm also like getting, I just like thought of this, just came to my brain, like like you are your fulfillment. Like you fulfill yourself by doing what you find pleasure in and what brings you joy, and that just sends out like the good vibrations to the universe. And that's how like the law of attraction works. You know, when your vibration's at a good level and you're doing things to benefit yourself and not things that are detrimental to your well-being, then you know the universe rewards you for that. All right, what else is going on with the feminines? It's funny, I got that for the masculines. All right, so we got clean it up, but it was in reverse. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably like your mental space that you need to clean up. I know that when you get into like self-doubt and things like that, you kind of like bring yourself down a little bit, and you're not necessarily in your high vibration and like feeling good about yourself. So since it was reversed, you're needing to like get in that space. So it's okay to slip every once in a while and get caught up a little bit, and but just catch yourself. And when you catch yourself, start doing things to like benefit you and to take care of yourself so that you can raise your vibration and, you know, be feeling good. You should always feel your feelings. Like if something negative does come up, allow it. Try not to fight against it. I know a lot of people just think that everything's all love and light and you need to be, you know, peppy and happy all the time, and that's just not true. Sometimes like what was it, last week, the week before? I don't know. I went to work and I was just a straight up grump. I was grumpy as hell and I didn't know why, and there was nothing that caused it. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, legitimately, and I was just like a frump all day long, and nothing could change it, nothing could bring me out of it, and I just kind of like, I don't know, I just rode it. I just rode the wave of grumpiness throughout the day. I tried to control myself and not take it out on other people because no one was doing anything wrong. It was just me, like, and I knew that. So when I know that like I'm not mad at anyone in particular, I'm very good about like not taking my anger on, like if I'm mad at you, I'm not going to take my anger out on somebody else. So the fact that I wasn't mad at anyone, I just was like, I tried to stay to myself so I wouldn't like take my grumpiness out on anybody. But the next day I was fine, so could have just been hormonal, but whatever the case may be, clean it up. So you're needing to flip that around, and you very well may even need to be cleaning up your home, like your space where you live. You might have clutter going on, and sometimes when you have a lot of clutter, it adds to your mental, you know, whatever, and you kind of have a cluttered energy. I know right now, like I need to clean my place, so I usually on Sunday I like meal prep and stuff like that, so then I have like stuff everywhere, and depending on if I do it early or late, then I like, if I do it later in the day, I'm gonna just have a mess to clean up. And today I decided I wanted to go run errands and do some shopping, so my cleaning will happen on Friday after I am done working for the week. All right, we got building blocks and then here and now. So I like that the mirroring's happening, but not in this way. So the masculines also got this card. Basically it's asking you to be present instead of worrying about the past or worrying about the future, or even if you're not worrying, if you're just thinking about the past and the future, they're wanting you to like be present in this present moment and pay attention to what's happening, because every day you pick up lessons and you learn things, and you know, you may be needed to focus on whatever what storyline you're in and what you're needing to focus on right now. And if you're distracted by the past or daydream about the future, it's going to pull you out of your present energy. Sorry, I said this in the masculines video. This little girl just like kind of captivates me. She just reminds me of me when I was a little girl. And I had said in the other video that like I tend to be a little bit of a brat. And not in like a really bad way. Like I'm really not like that awful of a person, but I you know, sometimes I just get impatient and I want what I want. And if I don't get my way, sometimes I can like be a little what's the word? Pouty, I guess. I don't know. I think everyone kind of has that about them. Maybe not to the extreme as others, but like who doesn't want what they want? Like I know that I can get impatient on my journey, so maybe that's probably what it is about. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what? I just want to move on. I just want to be with somebody, anybody. Like let me get out of this space of being alone and, well, not alone, but single, and not in a relationship. And I think about like throwing myself into like online dating again, and I just refuse. Like I refuse to do that. So I feel like this message is for someone specific who is kind of like in that same energy. I think I was there when I was in like my like low swing in the beginning of summer, like midsummer, I guess. But lately I've just kind of been like, whatever, whoever the universe is going to bring in is who they're going to bring in, and it will be the right person and it'll be the right circumstance. But I keep joking because like someone will tell like a horror story about something and I'm like, I hope my person doesn't have this and that. So I always have this running joke that my situation's taking longer because I keep adding to my order. And it's kind of like when you're at a restaurant and you keep adding to your order, like your food's going to take longer to come out. So I maybe need to, no, I'm not going to stop being picky because I've been through a lot and I know what I deserve. So keep being picky, but don't be impatient if you're going to be picky. That's the key. If you're going to be picky, you got to be patient and you just got to be in your own like vibe and feeling good. And that's pretty much where I am. So not to say I wouldn't love my person to be with me, but I'm fine either way. Like I'd rather him be healthy and happy when we come together than them coming in and being like a total mess, like that I don't necessarily need to clean up, because my guides always tell me like they didn't clean up my mess, so I should not be cleaning up their mess. No matter how much you want to help your masculine, like you can only help them if they ask you. You can't step in on their behalf because we all have free will, and you have to allow them to make mistakes, get back up, you know, figure it out. Like that's on them. Like you have to allow it. So that's my spiel. Building blocks. So each time you learn a lesson, basically, you're building on and on and on. And the masculines are doing the same thing. Like they're learning lessons and they are learning. And you were learning too. So, you know, you're building these towers here, it looks like. And you know, your life is more than just your twin flame journey. It's also, or like your soulmate journey, whatever you're on. But, you know, each puzzle piece builds on top, kind of like a Tetris game, I guess, is kind of like what I get out of this, because it has like the different levels of stuff. Now I'm just rambling, but basically you're learning. So if you and your twin are not coming together, you know, it's not solely their issue. Like you're both learning lessons and you're both learning how to, you know, stand in your power and command the respect that you deserve. And like you'll see that in your reality. You're probably still being faced with different circumstances that, you know, are helping you build into the person that you have asked to become. Because like I actually have a lot of life lessons that pop up that have to do with like core wounds with my mother. So it's not always like my mom has very much so hindered my relationships with my friends. So I still have building blocks to learn on that, because like I always say, like, you know, I want to break these cycles so the universe will continue using you and putting you in these positions to learn these lessons. And it's just like, as a child, like, you build up your emotional stamina, and that's kind of what you're doing now by learning these lessons. And it's going to help you be a better parent in the future, if that's your journey, like if that's what you want, or it's going to help you be a better partner, or, you know, whatever it is, you're building and learning towards that. Like, you don't just say, all right, I want to get on this journey, and then you're there. Like, there's a lot to it. You have all these different destinations, and they kind of like tie into the final destination. All right, what else do the feminines have going on? You got a dedicated effort. It ties back into that diligence card. You know, you guys are working very hard, and you have put in the effort. You have done your inner healing. You have, you know, taken things in stride. And it's not like, if you look at this painting, like, I'm sure that painting didn't happen overnight. Like, I'm sure it took a while for that to, you know, come into alignment. So, you know, that's what Spirit kind of wants you to, you know, remember, that you are working towards something that is like a masterpiece. Aren't we always awaiting results? So, you know, you've planted your seeds, you've tended your garden, you water, you know, pray, you do all the things that you are, you're supposed to be doing. And, you know, you should find comfort in that. I know it sucks, like, missing your masculine and really wanting that. And that's why you guys, you know, watch videos and do the healing in the first place. Because I feel like if your twin didn't come and like awaken you, then you may not have ever done the healing as in-depthly as you are now. I know that mine definitely like kicked my ass into overdrive to heal. Like, I thought I had done like a lot of work after my karmic partner. The best is yet to come. All right, so we got healing begins. So for some of you, you are just beginning your journey. But for most of you, this is a specific, because for most of you, this, you've already like done a lot of your healing. But this could honestly be like you're starting a new healing cycle. So you'll know this is going to be specific to your story, but with the woman showing up here, I would imagine that it has, the feminines are healing a core wound that probably relates to the mother essence of you. And, you know, you are at a crossroads now, not a crossroads, but you're at a destination point where, you know, you have worked a lot on the deeper things, and this is just like a last little like clearing that needs to be done. I'm gonna pull. It's funny. So we got heart-to-heart conversations again. I got that for the masculines too. So it's coming. You guys are going to be having your conversations with them, and you're going to be very, got a lot of cards here. All right, we got trust, let go of control issues. Hilarious, because they got that too. You're going to need to really trust this person. I think you guys both have dogs, or you love dogs. We got this children card that came out. So you're both kind of healing these childhood wounds. Or, you know, that person may have children that are affecting this connection. You also need to let go of control issues. So I feel like you're both kind of like, that's what happens with the push-pull. You both get in this like controlling energy, and then sorry, I got distracted here. It causes you know, the repelling, because if you're both trying to control a situation, that's not going, you're both like tugging on the energy, you're not letting things flow. So we got new love here. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this could mean, you know, you really do have a new person coming in, or it could just be like that your masculines have stepped into their new energy and they are not the same person that you remember, that you were involved with. So, but for some of you, there is a new love, or just someone who has kind of like stirred your feelings back up. Like, sometimes when you're on the journey for a long time, your feelings kind of like dormant, and you are really not focused on the journey at all. You're just kind of focused on yourself, and you don't really care what your twin is up to or what they're doing. And, you know, sometimes you could be around someone and you're like, oh my God, I find them so attractive. And you just like get turned back on. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes like I had a dream last night about some random man, and not like sexual, but like it was playful, and I definitely like woke up today like more in that like love energy, if that makes sense. All right, what else? Tell me about the feminines. So with this trust card, sorry, I'm getting you could also obviously like, I feel like you guys are gonna have children with your twin, but this trust, you both have trust issues from the past. So with your twin situation, with your energy here, you need to be able to trust them completely and not like bring up stuff from the past. I mean, you can always talk about it when you're having these heart-to-heart conversations, but don't bring it up in like a petty manner, like to rehash things per se. You can reference things, but don't bring it up to like crucify them for what they've done. You gotta, you know, start fresh. All right, y'all. So this came out for the masculines, so I know that I'm picking up on the same group of feminines, and it makes me so happy because I'm happy for you guys. Like I've been seeing a lot of unions happening on the groups, and I'm like elated for them because I know how it feels when you get to these like steps, like the stepping stones, I guess is what it's called, when you're like getting higher, and it just, you feel like, okay, this hasn't been for nothing. I'm not crazy. I didn't make all this up. Like, you get that reassurance, that like validation that like what you're doing is legit. It's valid. You know, you are really a part of something that is connected here. So we got recovery. So you or your person, both of you, obviously, you're healing some deep shit. Like, and you're finally in a place of, you've recovered, and I'm not really picking up like someone is in recovery. I'm not getting that. Like, I don't feel that. But like, you're finally in a place of recovering from all the trauma that you've been through. And, you know, you've stepped into an energy of not letting your past define you. And within the next few weeks, so something big is happening in the next few weeks for you guys. With them, it was communicating clearly. So within the next few weeks, the masculines are going to be reaching out and like communicating. So for you guys, like within the next few weeks, like this heart-to-heart conversation is going to happen, and you guys are both going to be able to help each other in your recovery, and to, you know, share everything that you've learned during the journey. And when that happens, when you guys come together, then even greater healing happens. So you know, this is on schedule, on time for a lot of people, and it may not feel like it, but it is happening, and I'm really excited. So, you know, good luck with everything, and just keep doing what you're doing and working on yourself and keeping your vibration high and just focusing on what you can control about you, no one else. You cannot control anyone else, so let go of that. You can only control how you feel and your actions and your behavior and things like that. So that is all I have for you guys now. I am super excited, and I wish you guys the best. Take care.